Lewis gets through again. He's got it. He's got to be down again here, Lewis.
September '93. In 4 weeks' time, heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis, will defend his title against Frank Bruno.
You. Make sure he's coming to you, and that's like a blow up. It's almost like a whip. Yeah, I'm talking right there. Get outside, inside. He ain't looking for it. Don't pull back. You move right close the door. There you go. Close that door. Hands up. You got to step. Got to step. Just beat it back with right hand. Wait, catch him coming in. 1 minute. Go with it. You go with it. Go with it. Go with it. Ah, that was right uppercut underneath.
Lennox is training for the fight in America at the Sugar Ray Leonard gym on the outskirts of Maryland. Apart from having the pick of the best sparring partners in the business, Lennox is away from his own country and can escape the pressures of his status. "3,000 miles away in a back street in North London, Lennox's manager, Frank Maloney, is also hard at work.
We want to put up the page 3 slot for it.
Well, there are page 3 girls.
We would do a spread of girls anyway in the paper.
Yeah, but the page, I mean, when you do the national, you have them, like a girl dressed up in one of the jockeys, you know, the colours of the hat, and, well, not the colours, because part of the body's naked.
No, we do them in the silks and everything, yeah, right.
Yeah, so surely we could do the same, like a girl with a punch bag, a girl with a skipping rope, you know, and say this girl supports Bruno, this girl supports Lennox, and she thinks this result.
That's possible, yeah, but...
I mean, obviously, I need as much PR at this as possible.
I appreciate that, Frank, yeah.
And the only other thing is I'll go have my photo with every one of them girls.
Pardon?
I'll go have my photo with every one of them girls on the paper.
I'd better make it 20 girls then.
Please, God. They all got to be blondes.
We're here.
Take,
We'll have to speak to you more about the floor.
Yeah, show them where the flies are.
Eddie can have help us with them, can't he?
From day one, we started with this dream that, like, we would have Britain's first world heavyweight champion. We now share part of the world, and we want the whole world, or Lennox wants to be undisputed world heavyweight champion, and it's my job to do my best to get that fight made for Lennox Lewis and to guide him in that path.
You know, when I seen him first, I said, you know, are you a manager? And he goes, yeah, and I kind of looked down at him, and, you know, we spoke for a while, and I felt good about him. It was just a certain vibe that, you know, that came across to me, and I felt really good about him. And then from there, you know, he may be a small man in stature, but he's a big man in boxing.
You can tell the guy, and you say to him, tell him straight, say, here, Frank is telling the truth. If he were going to pull that fight, he's going to pull it if you don't get them hotel rooms.
I know.
And I mean, I am, because, you know, American TV are paying me $3.5 million.
Yeah.
And without them, there's no show.
Frank, leave it to me. I'll make sure you get rooms, right? Don't worry about that.
Okay, if you could phone me, I'm going to be here till quite late, because I must... Sophie's looking, so I'll whisper. We'll be here till about 10 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay, well, yeah, fine.
Sorry?
No, I'll phone you back before then.
Okay, then.
Okay, Frank.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Jack!
Who's that?
Dennis.
Dennis, hi.
Hi. What happened to the poster campaign?
That's in the Sun.
No, not that
No,
poster.
the poster campaign as in sight.
No, the posters on the street.
That is it's happening.
When is it happening?
Right, hang on, I'll go to the boardroom and find what day it kicks in. Hold on.
We've got it already cut out today. Stuff. I'll get it for you.
Hello.
Hello, my dear.
Yeah, I'm here.
17th.
The 17th?
Thursday.
Oh, is it all over England?
And I think it's all over London, but I'm not sure.
Oh, the fight's not in London, is it?
I don't know, Dennis. I don't do advertising. As you well know, I do press. They're completely different marketing activities.
You're telling me you negotiated this with near enough every newspaper, radio, But other than the Sun, we're in nothing. We got a little bit in the Daily Express on Friday the 10th of September.
They're talking about BBC.
Well, what the BBC? We ain't on the BBC.
And they're talking about all the events that they haven't got.
Yeah.
And it just says like a few lines about Lennox Lewis Bruno.
Thank you for that great publicity.
Yeah, but that, I mean, you haven't done that. Phil Rostrom's done that.
For God's sake, Frank, you're just saying there's nothing in anywhere. You're obviously not reading the papers, are you?
Let me tell you, I've got every newspaper on my desk. I've got what I'm talking about. Hang on, Jack. What I'm talking about. At the end of the day, you can walk away from this safely. Dennis and I can't walk away from it. It's our necks that are on the line.
You still got a job. We ain't.
See, if you don't believe me, you don't believe me.
You know, and I don't want to have Mickey Duff gloating at me. That's the one thing I do not appreciate.
I've got a feeling Frank Bruno's going to get a very big shock at this fight.
How unpopular he is.
How unpopular he is.
But phone you tomorrow, bye.
It's actually the first time that Lennox
is the favourite. I mean, the point being, though, with Bruno is as well, you know, at 31, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But if he beats Lennox, I'd give up boxing anyway.
I look at it as a fight for Britain, you know, so Britain can be involved in it. And I think Wales is the perfect place for it. You know, as far as Frank Bruno is concerned, all of a sudden, I'm on his patch. He's not, you know, the main view anymore. He's not the Mr. Big Guy anymore. All of a sudden, he has to share the limelight with Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis has come along in a rush and accomplished a lot more than him. I think there's a lot of, not only animosity, but a lot of jealousy there.
You know, what happens with people in this game is judgment goes out the window and ego comes into it. And I think that, you know, that's a major problem with some of the promoters. Because basically, the whole of the boxing game is based on ego, isn't it? Yeah. You know, we're a very low-key operation. Our offices are in the back streets of North London. We're successful. If you go and ask who the most successful promotional management organisation is in Britain, it's us. We've got the heavyweight champion of the world. So we can't be doing anything wrong. There's only one man in the ring fighting, that's Lennox Lewis. And everyone knows if a mistake is made, that's the, you know, you have to go back to the drawing board and restart again at the end of the line. At least in a football game, if you lose one game, next week you can win and still win the title. But if you lose the one fight as champion, you're no longer the champion. There's a whole different ball game out there.
10 seconds.
The team consists of myself, his manager, his brother Dennis, who's his personal manager. We maintain his business side, and then we make sure the camp is put in place and everyone's in place. The people in the camp consist of his chief trainer, Pepe Carrera, who was the former trainer to Sugar Ray Leonard, and his personal conditioner is Courtney Shand. His job is to make sure Lennox's diet is right. Lennox does his weight training properly, that his exercise program is worked to a fine art, his running is done. Everything to do with his personal body is taken care of.
Strong neck, strong shoulders, strong arms, and a good set of wheels.
Wheels are feet.
Everybody's so interested in what goes on up here, but if you don't got the wheels, you can't move in there. AKA Bruno.
If you don't have a good neck, you can't take the shock as well. But the main thing is just don't get hit. Then you'll be all right.
There's all different sorts of trainers. There's some who are sergeant majors who will come in the gym and try and dominate the fighter. But you can't actually, you can do that when the fighter's young, but when the fighter gets to the level of a Lennox Lewis, a world heavyweight champion, you can't dominate him because he is actually the boss of the operation. But he must respect his trainer. That is the relationship that must be there. Pepe is more of a motivator, I would say, which is very good for Lennox, because Lennox is a very laid-back person, and he needs motivating more so than much else.
All set, champ. That's it. Come on.
Guy's trying to kill me.
That looks like torture.
He's trying to kill me.
This is a sport where you show no mercy. The name of this whole game is to beat the other guy into submission. Yes, it is a brutal sport. But it's an awesome sport to watch when a guy really knows how to box. It's like a chess game. They really watch a guy work. You got two guys almost on the same level, and they're boxing, and they both can box. Oh man, it's beautiful. Beautiful. You can be the biggest puncher in the world and still can't duck a punch. You could have a bad chin. This guy's got a good chin. You hit him on the chin, he's not going to go anywhere. And I've seen him hit when I was overseas one time. One of the guys caught him pretty good on the chin. This was a big guy, 6'5", 280 pounds, and he never blinked. So he's got a good chin. I said one time before when I was in London, this guy's the second coming Muhammad Ali. The second coming. But I think he'll be better because of his punching power. He's got a good chin like Ali, and his movement is coming along. You see, Ali's problem was Ali couldn't fight inside. This guy can fight inside. A lot of guys can stay outside and pop, 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 pop all night long and beat you, right? But when they get inside, we have to start punching toe to toe. That's sort of going in the, when you get right down to in the trenches. Some guys can't fight there. There are a lot of guys don't know how to fight inside. That's what I mean by that.
Nothing. Get outside, inside for me. Outside, inside. Run it. Come back with the other one. Do it again. He knows there. Come back with it in it. Right away, come back. There we go. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Time. Cannot figure out what to do for you in your rhythm now, see? You're right in your rhythm. They can't figure out what to do with you. The shot when I say up the gut, make sure you catch him pulling to you, see? Pop, and here he comes. Then you step right back up the gut. Don't do it while he's pulling away from you now. Okay. All right, good, breathe real good. Give me about 2 or 3 of them. Pivot on that right hand for me just a little bit more too. The right hand is there when you want it, but after you set that double jab down, you gotta think, I'm gonna step up the gut. You get a shot, you put the ass on the canvas. Something right on schedule.
I am the financial man behind everything, and we have to pay for everything. It's going to cost me £250,000 to train him, bring him up to the Bruno standard, but I hope to make a very handsome return as a promoter, and I'm also going to make a handsome return on the management side as well. Boxing is the most highly paid sport in the world. Lennox, for his £3 million, will box a maximum of 36 minutes. He will earn a minimum of £3 million. It works out at £83,000 a minute. So we actually will recover all our losses on this Bruno fight, and then on the Morrison fight, we will go straight in and make handsome profits. Bo and possibly Tyson could be a $100 million fight. The Tyson fight will be the first $100 million fight the world has ever seen.
Whoever wins competitions or whatever, they don't want to go. Suppose they don't want to go. They'll start selling the tickets.
And they can't sell it. So how many do you think the show's going to sell?
25 plus.
25 plus? 25 plus, more like 40,000.
What is the break-even point? What's the break-even thing?
So break-even figure was about 8,000.
No, 12, isn't it? Break-even?
18,000. Depends how much you're going to take as commission, Dennis.
20,000.
So how's his training?
Very good, yeah.
Yes, his arm, his hand?
Been perfect.
Is it perfect?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got any tricks up our sleeve for Frank? You're not going to discuss that?
I've got a few.
You tricky dickies.
We found a sponsorship for him.
We found a sponsorship?
For the soles of his boots.
For the soles of his boots, have we? Yeah. Now, Frank, is Lennox at all in London, or is he going straight to Cardiff?
No, he's in London on the Monday for his medicals, and we're going to have a press conference on the Monday.
Right, for his medicals, I need him also. I need to know the name of the doctor, because I'm going to increase his insurance. So I need...
What, are you thinking of bumping him off?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
I'll be worried for a second.
Won't be bumped off yet, Frank. Not before you.
Up the gut with the celebrator.
See, when I duck like that, I should keep my head up more.
Okay, make him step in though.
Or just to look for an opening, he can't hit you from there. Most guys are stunned when you do that.
Yeah, I should keep that hand busy.
Yeah, look how much energy he's wasting just trying to keep up to you.
Yeah. When I see myself on film, I see certain opportunities that I don't take advantage of, and you know, and I think about, okay, next time I get in the ring, this is what I'm going to do. Or whether whether I throw a left-right combination and don't follow with a hook, I say, okay, this time I have to follow with 2 hooks, and just always searching for that perfection. It's just like chess. just so many different tactics you can use to let the time go by and to survive out there, because it's basically nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And you won't get a rest until either the bell rings or somebody throws in the towel. So you have to learn how to survive in there. It's like a jungle in the ring.
Come up the gut with you. Make sure you come up the gut with the jab first. Let him jab first.
Hang on, see that? I'm gonna rewind that.
Yep, shoot up in there.
Count them jabs, right in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a right hand. 6 jabs in a row. I would hate to be a sparring partner because they go through a hell of a lot. You're paid to be beaten on, you know?
Every time I get in the ring to fight or to spar, there's always a certain element of fear, because you're thinking, am I going to get hurt? Am I going to last out the day? Am I going to get knocked out? If there's people there, am I going to look bad? And if you haven't got fear in your body, as a boxer, as a fighter, I don't think it's worth boxing.
Fear is only there until the first punch is thrown. And after the first punch is thrown, it's not fear, it's that certain trance that you have to go into, a certain mode that you naturally go into. So it's real hard before a fight and a sparring section, but once the first punch is thrown, it's like, hey, time to do my job.
There you go, because he's dropping it. That's it. That's it. Time!
At this point in my training program, you could say I'm at the intensity level where I'm just going in there and basically just putting together everything that was taught.
Dean, Frank.
The venue for the fight isn't London or Las Vegas, it's Cardiff. Frank Maloney wants to take it to the country, and besides, Cardiff City Council are picking up the tab.
Ronnie Woods, Mick Jagger wants to attend as well, so can we send an invite straight out to him?
I inherited Frank when I purchased the contract for Lennox Lewis. I gave Frank the opportunity to manage Lennox. I said to him that he has the chance, and if he does a good job, he will be retained. If he does not do a good job, he'll be sacked.
Steve, you've still got another 4 days. Rome wasn't built in a day. So we've got to keep on and on at it.
He's actually done a fantastic job on Lennox. He's been in boxing 2 minutes and he's got the world heavyweight champ.
Hold on. Just a note to remind you of the changing. As the fight comes nearer, you know that it's your reputation that's on the line there, that you've built this promotion. And in our way at the moment is Frank Bruno. And after that, all goes well on October the 1st, we have Tommy Morrison. And then after that, the only one fight out there is Riddick Bowe. And hopefully Lennox will make that fight. Lennox will defeat Riddick Bowe. He will have one defence of his title. And hopefully he'll retire undefeated and stay undefeated. And that makes him a unique champion.
Lennox Lewis is an imposter. On November the 13th, 92, Evander Holyfield woke up as the heavyweight champion of the world. He went to bed that night as a badly beaten man, and Riddick Bowe became the heavyweight champion of the world. And until Lennox Lewis fights Riddick Bowe, he could never refer to himself as the champion, except that when he does, he is a fraud.
Listen, you big imposter. You know, I'm tired of chasing you, and if you really want to fight, you know where to come. So from now on, do me a favor. Save the drama for your mama.
Frank Maloney is a mental midget. So he is not capable of negotiating on a large scale like we're trying to do now. So I'll be talking to other people in the Lennox Lewis camp, such as Panos, I forget his name, Eliadis, I think it is. I'll be talking to him. I could never make a deal with Frank Maloney because he doesn't have the intellect to sit at the table with me.
He can't do nothing but shine Lennox's shoes, chump.
Okay, guys.
They criticise Frank. Actually, there's not a lot of people that don't criticise Frank. He may be a mental midget in some of the ways that he actually thinks, but then again, when he reaches a stumbling block, we take over, and the men in suits do come in and polish off a lot of contracts.
What the pressure is, everyone out there in the game is hoping that you'll fail yourself. Like, everyone's sitting there waiting to see, say, the fall of Lennox Lewis and his team. It's been happening since 1989, and the Gary Mason fight, they all expected it. The Razor Ruddock fight, they all expected it.
And now, obviously, that a lot of the other people who expect it are in the other camp, they'll be expecting it on October the 1st. So.
They want you to fail?
Yeah, I think so. You know, you can see, if you go through all the newspaper cuttings and everything from day one, they've always said that. I mean, Lennox, after about 7 or 8 fights, was beginning to get established. Mickey Duff was asked what he thought about it, and he came out in a paper and said, oh, Frank Maloney's done a Cecil D. Mills in reverse. He's taken a star and made him into a nobody. But you know, that star who was made a nobody is now the hottest property in world boxing, and Mickey Duff is still looking for someone to get to that position. Now, he's been trying for 40 years. Who's coming out here? What's this? Frank Bruno. Oh, all right then. You better move out this house then. What do you do when you hear his name?
Frank Bruno.
Who's he going to box?
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah. He's cut, look.
Come.
He's cut. From day one, people said I couldn't do it. So my motivation has been to prove everyone wrong. And I believe I've proved everyone wrong. I've got there through hard work and through having a good fighter in Lennox Lewis.
He reached down again like that.
Lennox Lewis is the first Briton to win the world heavyweight title this century. But boxing's tangle of governing bodies are divided over his claim. One body recognises Tommy Morrison, and 2 others recognise Riddick Bowe. The World Boxing Council recognises Lennox, and he can only settle the matter in the ring.
Good jab.
This is something that I've sacrificed for so long to achieve, and I've actually gained that. And you know, that's gonna give me a terrific feeling. And all of a sudden I'm gonna say, that's it, move on to something else. I'm an entrepreneur, so I can get into anything, you know. I'll probably work with kids or do something, make a movie or something, but I'll do something. But whatever I do, it's gonna be good.
Did you make a lot of money?
Yeah, I made a couple bucks.
You can fall by the wayside by not getting in shape. You can fall by the wayside by not being able to handle the media work that you get every day, the instant success that you have. Because it happens overnight all of a sudden. You're somebody when you knock out the right guy. And if you don't know how to handle that and you get a big head, then you're gone. You'll fall by the wayside because you begin to disrespect people. You disrespect the people around you. And then nobody wants to be bothered with you. So you'll fall by the wayside too. I don't think that's going to happen with this guy.
Do you want to do the path? The running on the path business?
Path? I don't know if I'm doing that. Or maybe just at the lake. I'd rather get the reflective shots if we have to get something.
Can we get a cart? Yeah. Great. Ready to go? We're gonna do the reflective shot, whatever that means. Do you guys know what that means?
Well, meet you over there. That one, yeah. Champ.
Gino, we'll do the lake stuff.
Champ. They want you by that water over there. Huh? They want you by the water over there.
At the start of your career, you know, this is something that you kind of want. You know, you want all this media attention. But then all of a sudden, when you reach a certain height and you get all the attention, you kind of shy away from it. Like, oh, do I have to do this today? Oh, another interview. But I mean, it just comes with the package. It's, you know, the price of fame. This is something you have to do. You might as well eat it up while it's all here, you know, because tomorrow I could lose and then I'll go back down to being a normal person.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lennox. Come on. Happy birthday to you. How old are you? Quick.
Well, for me, it's very important to realize where I came from and to not be big-headed about it. And if I'm ever big-headed about it, my mother will tell me, you know. I'm just basically just a natural person. I just like to be natural.
Thanks, son. You want to get in? Huh?
She keeps me in order. Although I'm 28, she still treats me like a baby.
Oh, you giving me the first seat?
At first, he was a little bit of a rebel. Yeah. Used to get in fights and teacher used to phone me at work, and I'd have to leave work and come home and get him. And sometime I'll meet him on the way coming home with his lunch pail, you know. So he grew up. Changed when he was 12 years old. He went to school and he was fighting on one of the kids at school, and the teacher sent him down to the police gym where they train to tell him to take out his frustration there. And that's where he started from.
So he was sort of quite an angry lad at that time.
Yes, he was.
He learned discipline or what in the sport?
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Well, not with the sport. With me, I discipline him. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
You were quite tough on him.
I will. Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah.
And still?
Sometimes. Sometimes. Always, if I seen him going overboard, I always settle him down.
I decided on boxing because boxing is, you know, it's not a team aspect, it's just you. So all the mistakes, you really have to blame on yourself, and it's just you out there. And it all depends on you. Whose turn is it?
I'm on
Ego has a lot to play in it as well. If you got a big ego, you're gonna do good.
Have you?
Yeah, I would say I've got a big ego. I've really got a big ego. You know, I hate to lose.
No, you got that, man.
Come on, man.
Let's go.
Nah, I can't even believe
We
you're
gotta
doing
go.
that.
We gotta go.
No way.
They're waiting on us.
No, that's no excuse. That's his favorite trick. Every time he's losing, he walks away. We got something more important to do.
You know, everything I do, it's like a challenge, and you know, whether we're running up the hill, let's have a race. You know.
Yeah. Let's have a race. Halfway up it. Man, he's got 3 strides on me. If we just go out there and work, by the time the fight comes, he won't have nothing left. So we have to make sure that everything we're doing is the right thing, the right amount. So by the time the fight comes, he's eager. He's still got like 3/4 tank left.
Lennox's next opponent after Bruno will be the great white hope of Kansas City, Tommy Morrison. Frank Maloney is in Kansas to watch him fight and talk to his manager. Unfortunately, Morrison's opponent refused a drugs test, and an unfit replacement was found at the last minute, much to the punter's annoyance. The fight went 4 rounds, but it was a hollow victory for Morrison and a bad night for boxing.
I know that Lennox has been recorded as saying, and I've heard him personally say, that he just can't wait to get it, Tommy. He thinks Tommy's a piece of cake. You'll be surprised. I think that he's in for far more than he expects. In fact, I think he'll even have a tough fight against Bruno.
No, well, we've got to get Bruno out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bruno fight is very important because not just the title on the line, there's a lot of pride on the line. But Bruno's not, I don't think Bruno's a hard puncher anyway. I mean, if you look at his record, when he's come against quality opponents, the Witherspoon, the Bone Crushers, and Tyson, he's hit them.
Are you trying to build up your courage for the fight against Lennox? No, I think he's going to be a tough adversary. Fights up to his full ability.
We're not underestimating
Could
Bruno.
be very tough.
And we wouldn't underestimate Tommy Morrison. I mean,
Right.
they're 2 hard fights out there.
Yes.
You know, I think out of both heavyweights, out of Bo and Lennox has taken the harder route all the time.
Yes.
And
well, Lennox hasn't really fought any really tough opponents to date. I mean, think in terms of name opponents outside of Razor Ruddock, who he knocked out with a sucker punch. I don't think he's fought, and the Tucker he fought was not the Tucker that fought Tyson by any means. So we're not that, I as manager of Tommy Morrison am not that concerned about
now you're
Lennox
building your
Lewis.
courage up there.
No, not really. I think that Morrison, if Morrison is focused, Morrison will knock Lennox Lewis out. I felt that from the very beginning.
Be an interesting fight.
Yes.
Lennox is coming to the end of his pre-fight training in America, but it's not enough for a world champion to be in peak condition. He's got to be psyched up for the physical and psychological pressures of the big night.
Send him something. That's right. Ha! Beautiful! Beautiful! Motherfucker was gone. He didn't know what was going on. See just now? He hit him from the right hand, he was gone. When he come back right there, that means he was gone. He was gone. If he'd come back with left hook, the shit was over with.
good work. Good work. Damn, that's good work. Now you know why you're the best in the world?
So how's Lennox looking, Pepe?
Right on schedule, Frank, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I've never seen him more confident. You know, like I told you before, it seems like the championship of the world makes a guy 10% better. I see that 10%.
How's the jab?
The jab is awesome.
You know, the most important thing, I see after reading most of the press, which I brought with me and Lennox has looked at it, is Bruno's just really trying to get under his skin to try and draw him into probably a brawl, typical macho thing.
I don't think that'll happen. That'll happen with a young Lennox Lewis, yes. This is a more matured individual who understands the hype. He understands what's going to come with it. Bruno can't get to him. I hope he has someone that knows how to read and write for him. He may not be able to see, because I'm going after his eyes. I'm going to try to bust him up, to be honest with you.
You're very good man as usual, Pepe.
This is what it's all about. Get him out of there at all costs.
No, I just do paperwork.
Well, the point is, with the jab that Lennox Lewis is using right now, I have no problem with him winning this jab, winning this fight. He's going to win the war of jabs. That's no problem.
I might even attend the press conference with an eye patch over me eye.
I got something for him. Take my word for it.
Tell me.
I have a punch that Bruno cannot get away from.
Tell me.
Anything you throw at the guy, he can't get away from.
I hope he's two cornermen are practicing picking him up now.
Believe me, they'll have to pick him up.
Actually,
and I hope Mickey Duff keep a couple towels in his pocket, because we're going to have to throw those towels in the same way he did for Hannigan.
I hope quicker he threw him in for Hannigan.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't usually like to predict rounds, but I'm not going to say it's 3 rounds. I'm not going to predict the 3rd round knockout. I'm not going to do that.
So 3rd round.
I'm not going to predict the 3rd round knockout.
4th round.
I'm not going to predict that 3rd round knockout.
5th round.
There it is.
This is the stadium that's going to make history.
Right.
Eh?
Fight between 2 British subjects fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship. Can't beat that.
Just think of it, from there right the way around, look, all the way around like that.
Right.
Completely. Just going to be bedlam on the night. Okay? Eat your heart out, Wembley.
Bruno Lennox at Cardiff. I will like to see how Frank Bruno is before the first bell. It will be an electric occasion in the ring, and I'd like to see how Bruno handles that mental side of things. Lennox is very, very good. Mentally, he's very cool, he's very quiet. Before the Ruddock fight, he fell asleep in the changing room, and he was had to be woken up in the changing room to go out and fight Ruddock.
Lennox and his entourage arrive in Cardiff. There's just over a week to go before the fight. Ticket sales have been disappointing, but Frank is hopeful that the arrival of the champion will give his promotion a much-needed boost.
It was kind of funny at first, because it took me, I was kind of tense going into the workout. I looked kind of tense. I'm in 6 weeks deep training, and I have no public around me as it goes. Then all of a sudden, I'm brought back, and I'm pretty reserved about myself anyway. And all of a sudden, I'm put in front of the public, so it takes me kind of a little while to like warm up to them and say, you know, give them what they want, because I'm so focused, and I realize that I'm not fighting against these people. These are the people that love me and come and support me, so I have to kind of show my better half.
A group of us went all the way to Las Vegas to watch you beat Tony Tucker, and it was the best time of our lives. Are you going to come down to the Yellow Kangaroo pub in Cardiff?
We'll see. Yeah, definitely. We'll see.
2 days to go. Lennox and Frank Bruno are about to face the press together.
We're following in the other car. Frank.
I'm coming with you.
You're coming with us, Maya?
Yeah.
Can we get them all in then?
Lennox couldn't got a longer car, could he?
We tried.
Violet? We can have press conferences in the car. You know?
Okay, you know what's today? We believe that, I don't know if Violet knows this, that Frank Bruno's going to serve a writ on Lennox today.
A what?
A writ. It's...
Lennox is going to be served with a writ.
We believe.
A writ? What's that?
A writ for slander. He's been slandering Bruno as an Uncle Tom. Actually, it's a very good way of upsetting Lennox.
Yeah.
Lennox is calm, very good tactic. Good tactic on their behalf.
On the right fighter.
Yes, good tactic.
Gentlemen, we have reason to believe that Frank Bruno's camp are going to pull the cheapest publicity stunt ever by serving a writ on Lennox Lewis for slander. So we ask that Henry Bradman, the solicitor, to come forward if he has got it so we can get it over with and then get on with the serious business of the boxing promotion.
Henry? Step forward. That's it. Okay.
Lovely.
Let's open it. Let's open it. Okay.
We'll deal with this the way we think it should be dealt with, and obviously the British people will be the judges of this situation.
Well, I think really this is the funeral of Bruno. Every paper in here has actually attacked him. A show of weakness really is the pits. I think in the eyes of the British public, the British press, Frank Bruno's true colours have been shown. And I better watch what I say in case he issues a writ against me. This must be a big shock to his ego. Normally a guy who's adored by the fans and by the press, and even when he fought bums, they used to write great things about him. Now it's all stopped. He's woke up one morning and realised that he's been a phony for the last few years.
Where's Harry? He's in bed at the moment.
Did you sleep all right?
Not really, no. I don't sleep anyway before a fight. Last night I definitely didn't sleep. I just read the paper. I actually went for a walk with Lennox last night about 10 o'clock. We all went for a walk with Lennox, Eugene, Courtney and myself. Just went for a walk, we came back and had the paper sent up about 6 o'clock this morning. And today's just a final push of checking any more ticket sales and the weighing. And, you know, then it's an early night and tomorrow it'll all be over.
It does worry me, yeah. It does worry me. But I always leave him in God's hands, so I know God's protect him.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 10 seconds of the 7th round, the referee has stopped the contest. The undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis!
The fight went 7 rounds, and Lennox retained his WBC title. But not without taking some punishment from Bruno, who managed to bruise the champion's eye and ego before the referee stopped the fight. For Lennox, it's just a short break and back to the training treadmill to prepare for the Tommy Morrison fight in Las Vegas. That will take him one step nearer to achieving his goal.